Look how angry I am. Ask me why I'm angry. I dare you. Ask me. Ask me why I'm angry. Very recently, it was announced that Overwatch 2 will not be having the PvE mode that they promised upon release. Meaning that in creating a new game, they have successfully made some of the maps nighttime, removed a person from each team, as well as made Soldier 76 look different. Overwatch 2 is now the same thing. I'm not mad directly at Overwatch 2. And I am not mad at developers. I'm not mad at the people who work their fucking fingers to the bone coding and creating games for people to play. What I am mad at is game studios pushing AAA titles to release, creating unfulfilled promises to the people that will be playing and enjoying said games. It has happened time and time and time again. It happened with Fallout 76. It happened with Cyberpunk 2044. It happened with No Man's Sky and countless others. Over and over and over and over again, we get spoon-fed this fucking dog shit. Just a heaping pile of shit. There are a lot of problems in video games right now. Like, Steam is a mess. The Epic Game Store is something. I think that game reviews are untrustworthy. I think that people know that if they rate games badly, that they get first. They will not be given the game next time that producer releases one. And it leads to this terrible circumstance for the consumer, where they either have to sift through a massive amount of really cheap, poorly done, mass uploaded garbage, or a bunch of really expensive, mass produced garbage. I want games to be better than they are. And they're not. It has always been that a AAA top-of-the-line game is sold at $60. It's a flat rate. It's been that way since the fucking NES. And it's cool. It's very cool to be able to maintain this affordable value for video games. But if you're going to hand me a game that is polished and completed, personally, I am willing to pay more. Hollow Knight is one of my favorite games of all time. It's a small indie dev team, Team Cherry, and its full price is $20. A $20 game has given me 163.7 hours of content. A bargain. An absolute bargain. Either way, the game has soul, and we have so many of these games coming out, and they're released, and they're just soulless. They're just gross. It's like this weird plasticky feeling. It's the same feeling I get when I watch like a Marvel movie now. Like, Call of Duty was sick. It was super cool. So was Iron Man. I no longer trust AAA studios. I can't think of a single one who I will now trust on release. It's fine. If you want to update your game, you want to patch it, you want to fucking push out new, better graphics, whatever. But if you're going to promise something in your game, I would much rather you keep the promise of what's going to be in your game versus the promise of release date. Because if you can release it in October instead of March, and it's going to be completed on release, and I'm not going to get into a fucking car and get shot off of the fucking concrete to the moon, I'm going to be happier. Look, I have respect for any fucking dev studio that keeps working on their game after it releases as a broken piece of garbage and fixes it. I think it's beautiful what they did with No Man's Sky. I think it's great that Fallout 76 is actually playable. Same with Cyberpunk. They're both playable now. You just don't release it for a little bit longer. Or, I don't know, pre-release it maybe, and just tell people, hey, it's buggy, it's broken, but you can play it right now. Don't expect it to be finished yet. But we need to sell copies to keep money flowing in so that we can actually pay our employees. Maybe? I do want to say that, by all means, I played Overwatch 2. Came out, new graphics, new whatever. I played a decent bit of it. It was free, it's fun. Call of Duty's fun. Shit. Jumping off a building and stabbing someone through the fucking neck in Assassin's Creed is great too. That's part of the problem. We're getting these games that are the same as the last one and paying for another game altogether. If you're adding a new story, if you're having to bring in new voice actors, you're completely fucking taking the engine, you're going above and beyond with it, adding to it. Good. I can't keep buying Call of Duty games. I can't keep buying Battlefield games. I can't keep buying these open world games that are the same thing as Skyrim, which was released... When was Skyrim released? It was released in 2011. And then I look back at another game, Star Wars Battlefront 2, and on release it was $60, plus it needed in-game purchases even to fucking play the characters. Luckily, EA went and fixed their mistake, but that mistake happens every time. And it's frustrating and angering, and it feels like it's dying. Like, things are getting worse and worse and worse and worse. While not all video games need to be a masterpiece, something to stand above all else, other forms of media, I just hate that where the industry is right now is quantity over quality. Video game gruel. Porridge, if you will. Fills you up, gives you something to do, but we have this fucking culture of fucking eating the slop that when it gets put in are fucking troughs, no matter what it is. And we don't have to. I don't need people to stop pre-ordering games or to stop playing games when they're still in beta testing, but I think we should be more aware of it. This issue is going to keep being a problem, and more so when we all just buy the game and only play it for 4 hours. Because they're going to keep giving us the same shit. And I hope that we can get some different shit and some better shit. We have to stop enabling these fucking money-grubbing pieces of garbage. Support indie devs. If you find a game that is small and you love it, share it. Let's try to save what is going to crap. I don't really know what to do, but I thought I'd record myself ranting about it for a little bit and hope that, I don't know, someone takes notice. If you were here and you were interested in my rant, hopefully you can like the video and subscribe. Feels weird to say that. I'm gonna watch this back and be like, what the fuck are you talking about?